you remember everyone you've ever had sex?
No.
Dude, isn't that scary?
Isn't that so scary?
When you first start, you're like, I
that.
can't believe how important this is.
Yes!
And now I'm like, oh yeah. Like, I'll like see someone and I'll be like, donk.
No,
It's,
literally.
Because
Because it's like, and it's not like recent ones. It's like in college.
Yes.
When
And it's
you're
like, did that even happen? Or I don't know their names because it was like a Tinder thing where I like went to their house at like 11 p.m. or whatever.
Or someone it was just like one time and you don't really like, and you were 19 and you're like, hey guys, and welcome back to Friend Crush the podcast. I'm Yvette, I'm your host, and today we have an incredible friend crush for you. Her name is Rachel Coster. She is so funny. She's honestly like the riff queen because she has an improv background, which we talked about a little bit on the podcast today. You probably know her from Boy Room, the show, which honestly took the internet by storm and really highlighted an important thing about the world, which is that boys have terrible rooms. So if you guys want to laugh, definitely go take a little gander and scroll through that page. She and I have known each other for a bit, just doing stand-up around the city. But I'm just so excited for like what she does next because she's just such a character and she's so funny and she's so herself, which we also talked about in this pod, which was a little salacious. We talked about dating and hooking up and our philosophies around that. We talked about shooting your shot as a woman and immediately forgetting who you asked out, which is her strategy, which honestly I might have to take into stride, whatever that phrase is. But yeah, I think you guys are going to have so much fun listening to it. I had so much fun recording it. Some announcements from me. I am going on the road in the fall. Woo! So if you want to see me do stand-up, you better freaking come out. But you should sign up for my mailing list so you know exactly where I'm going to be and when, because I think I might add some more dates. I'm not sure. But just a few off the top. I got Seattle. I got Portland. I got Salt Lake City. I have Pittsburgh. I have Pottstown, PA. So if you live there, you better come, bro. Anyway, so keep your eye out. I think I'm going to do some maybe like Boston, DC coming up. But if you're in those cities or if you're in a city that I haven't listed, let me know so that I know to come and so that I can email you the second that those tickets go live. And you can be the first to come and buy a ticket. And I'll be in your city with some guy friends too, of course, because that's kind of my thing. Anyway. So I hope you guys love this episode with Rachel Coster. She's the best. Give her a follow at Rachel Coster on all platforms. And let's get into it. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Yvette. It is like an enormous pleasure to be here.
Oh my God.
Thanks.
I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you.
So wait, how do we know each other?
From comedy.
By
the grace of God.
Wait, do you remember the first time we met? Because I don't.
I literally, most people in New York, I don't remember the first time we met ever. And then also I don't remember people once I meet them most times. Like I have to like get full lunch or like spend 3 hours with someone or I do not know who they are.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for that. And everyone's mad at me all the time. But I'm like, I meet so many people every day and I can't tell who's going to stick around or be important later.
Wait, that's so real.
And it's so, I like feel like an evil person. Yesterday I was at this thing and this girl was like, Rachel Coster, like legit so good to see you. Like she was talking to me like we had like a full like lifetime together. And I was like, I legit, A, have never seen you before, and B, don't know who you are, etc. And then it became clear to me who she was. She's been DMing me a lot. And sometimes I respond to DMs in a way that I'm like, I'm being really nice, but I don't know who you are. And then we meet in person and I'm like, noted, totally. And I need to stop being so like friendly.
Wait, is she like a fan or was she like someone you would have known?
She is like around, like she's like a NYU student who is like around and like saw me on a show and DM'd me after the show.
And you're famously
like,
friends with every NYU student.
Dude, I am in this 20-year-old NYU students feature and it is cracking me up. I like love them. Every time I'm there, I'm like having the best time ever. But then I leave and I'm like 85 years old. Everything I say to them, they're like, so confused and scared. And they're like, are you going to be okay? Like, I can't believe you're not like richer at 29. I'm like, yeah, totally. Well, life isn't always how you think it's going to be when you're at NYU Tisch, guys. Like, you need to plan for like anything to happen because sometimes like what you thought would happen when you were 20 isn't always what happens by the time you're 29.
Well, because also when you're 20, 29 is like 45. 29 is like, well, you should be married. You should have kids.
Of course.
And then now like every year of your 20s, you're like, oh, I was so deeply wrong. Like I'm a baby.
Yes, and I was rude to every and that's why I'm like, I totally understand how they're being because I'm like, I did not know how to talk to older people than me, and I was like, wow, you don't have a fucking husband or children? Like, you're a huge loser. You don't
No,
have
literally,
don't
I
work
was
at,
like, you're a witch.
a
We
bank?
should burn you.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I forgive them because I was the exact same way. And I was like on
Yeah.
an improv troupe in college with a bunch of like 30-year-olds. And I was like, you guys got to get it together. Like, why are you
Wait,
hanging out with me?
Why were you in an improv troupe in college with 30-year-olds?
I was just like really good and everyone wanted a slice. So I was also on with age appropriate people, but I was also on with a lot of I was on 2 improv troupes with older people.
Wait, where'd you go to school?
Northeastern in Boston. Random.
Oh, so it
Where'd
was
you
like
go to school?
you were like in a city.
Yeah, I was in a city, so
it
there was like people around. But
how
it
did the
is so
30-year-olds
crazy.
find you?
Because I did stuff at like this theater, and then I was on like a team there, and then they were like, we need to do an indie team, all girls, and so we did, and I was like, yeah, like it was like peak like girl boss feminism, Hillary Clinton, pussy slay mama.
Yeah, like everyone's wearing pantsuits forever.
Yes, and like jumpsuits, like bright color jumpsuits. It was
You
just
wore
like a
bright
different
colored
time.
jumpsuits to the.
Yes, of course. Well, not like as a team, but like we had like the nasty woman shirts. We did like a photo shoot. I need to find it. It is so embarrassing.
No, honestly, if we can link that in the show notes.
I'm like literally 12 years younger than everyone else, and I'm like, anyway, whatever. Did you do improv? Comedy
I did sketch comedy.
Okay, amazing. That's the
and
best.
I went to Vassar.
Okay, amazing.
And there were like a few sketch comedy teams. Vassar's super small.
Totally.
And there were like 4 sketch comedy teams, and I was in the freaky weird one.
That rocks.
Which-
Did you guys have beef with like each other, or was it like really
No.
copacetic?
No, honestly, like we were just all doing very different things, and ours was like the most insane fun one. So it was like yeah, we would like get naked and like run around and like do weird shit, like
I like that.
like spitting. Every single show we did, we had at least one sketch where we were sort of like spitting in each other's mouths.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And I also think like college sketch should be like that. Like when you go to a sketch show in college, like you want them like making out, kissing each other or whatever.
Yeah, like doing
Because you're like,
crazy
I want to
shit.
know that like you guys are freaks and you love each other so much.
Yes.
And you're like friends. Like my improv troupe, we were so stressed all the time because everyone was like, we just like really need to be good at this. And so like it wasn't like, and we also like were not fucking each other or like sexual. And
Really?
it was like, this
we
is
weren't fucking each
such a
other. We were
drag.
like we were doing a lot of like licking and slapping.
I think there was like, I think everyone had like weird crushes on each other or something secret. So we
Okay.
weren't able to like do that in our comedy because we were like, it's too real. And we were just like really like, they
So
were,
you were all like kind of cucks,
I don't know how to explain it. Everyone was just like awkward and strange.
like a pussy. Wait. But this was the college one, not the 30-year-old
Yes,
one.
yes.
Okay.
And the 30-year-old, we weren't doing sexual stuff either because they were like, there's a child here.
Right. Did you like that? Did you like your improv stuff?
I loved it. It was like the best thing that ever happened to me. Oh my God, I was so good at it.
Oh, wait, do you still do improv?
No. I like got to New York and it wasn't like no one was doing it really when I got here. And so I was like, okay, well, I want to be with like friends and doing stuff that cool people are doing. So I started doing stand up and I was like, I'm not really like cut out for this, but I will do it until something else happens. My like I like want to just be on Broadway and I'm like, how do I become so famous for other stuff that
that
someone's
you
like,
can then be on
like,
Broadway.
yeah, we need her as we need her as Roxy in Chicago for a couple of months just to
That's
get ticket sales up.
hilarious.
So I'm like trying to get as famous as I can just so I can play like a medium character on Broadway. That's my goal.
Do you sing?
Yeah, I'm really good at it. I'm a horrible dancer, so I need them to be really patient with me. So that's why I need to be famous.
Oh yeah, that's why you have to be a star.
Yes.
So you can like walk
Yeah,
into
so
the
they're like,
roles.
Take your time. Like we'll extend like the other one. Like you know what I mean? Like I kind
You're
of
like,
need them
bring
to
me a
work around
sparkling
me.
water. I need that
Exactly.
for this.
I'm like a monster. Do you have a huge goal? Like a secret goal that no one knows about?
Oh wait, I wonder if I have a weird one. I don't know. I just want to like act in my own like movies and TV shows.
1,000,000%, and you will. And you already kind of do. That is awesome. I feel like you're always doing amazing stuff.
Stop.
And a really good actress. Yes.
Thank you.
But I hope that you get to do it on like a larger scale and like
Yeah.
with a lot more money and stuff
I want to
from
do
other
it.
people.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I was scrolling through Netflix last night, as you do, like just
course.
perusing the fridge.
Yeah.
And I was like, so much of this is unscripted.
Yeah.
Like so much of the stuff on here is unscripted. And I feel like I just have this like desire to like really write something really good that's like scripted. So
Dude,
that's like my
totally.
goal.
And what's nice is that like you have time because like it's nice when no one's begging you for a script because then it's
Yeah.
like as soon as I have the script, I can't wait to tell people I have it.
Yeah.
But when people aren't like, where's your script? And you're like, I don't know, but it's going to suck or something because it's not like right yet.
yeah.
But I can't wait for the right thing to come to you like spiritually. I think that will be awesome and I'm excited for you. And I know it'll be really good when it does come. I feel similar. I like can't wait to write one perfect movie. Don't care about literally anything else. You know what I mean?
Do you like sit down and write a movie every day? Like, are you
Oh,
doing it like
oh my
that?
God. Yvette, I have not opened my computer in maybe like 5 years. Like
Okay,
the last time I had a job, I was like, I shut it and I never went back. Like I don't know how to use it. Every time I'm like around my friends, they're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I'm like, "How do you like get to Google?" It's like a
you're
complete
like one of
nightmare.
those CEOs that can't open.
Yeah,
a
I'm like,
PDF.
someone else do it. I'm like, I'm
You're
voice
like, do I
note
have
to
an
Siri.
intern
Yeah.
who can PDF this for me?
Yeah, kind of, but no intern. So like every email that arrives in my inbox, I'm like, you will receive a response in a couple of years. I'm like so bad at using my computer. It's
Do
actually
you have like bad
offensive.
executive functioning?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I would be so famous if I was not severely mentally ill. I think I have a lot of talent and I could be really good at stuff, but unfortunately I just like can't get out of bed for like maybe 6 hours every day. I'm working on it. I'm gonna get back on Adderall. Are you on medication?
No.
Yeah, you seem like very like your brain works right.
My brain mostly works. Sometimes I get sad.
Awesome. Of course, of course. And that
But
is
that's
actually
life.
part of the brain working.
I-
Because life sometimes is sad, and if you didn't feel like that, you'd be a scary person.
Wait, do you want to hear something so
Of
embarrassing?
course.
I posted this video yesterday.
Mhm.
I don't know if you saw it, but it's like I do these like slow zoom videos where I like talk about sort of it's like sort of
Yes.
funny poetry kind
Yes.
of.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
I saw the one on the pool, and then I saw that you did one on a subway, but I have not seen it yet. But I can't wait
Listen,
to watch.
Lock back in.
Thank you.
Watch that
I'll
shit.
get in there.
Hey, navigate to my profile after this.
How do you remember all the stuff? Do you like memorize it ahead of time? When
Yeah,
I was watching the
memorize
pool
it.
one, I was like, oh my God, this is like a lot to think about.
I know.
It's really impressive
Thank you.
and funny, but mostly like an eternal, it's like long. I could
Yeah.
never memorize that much stuff.
Well, you have ADD.
Yeah, of course. Awesome. Okay, what
But-
was yesterday's about?
What?
What was yesterday's about?
Oh, it was about loss.
God, it's the worst.
So, but here's the embarrassing part. So when I wrote it, it was
Uh-huh.
like from a really real place. And that was like maybe like a month ago. And then I just sort of was like waiting for the right like time. I was thinking about like, okay, where do I film this? Whatever. But by the time I landed on like Subway and how to do it and all this stuff and like core logistics, that was, like 2 nights ago. And I watched it again so many times yesterday because I was like, and I made myself sad again about the original thing that I thought that I was over, but I was like, because it came from such a raw place when I wrote it.
want to die that I haven't seen it yet. I'm so sorry. Lots is the worst thing ever. And like, it also, I don't, was it,
But it's
what
not
was
like
it
a-
about?
It was about
Vaguely.
like a complicated like breakup loss,
Yeah.
not like a. And I
Dying
say
or
that in the
something.
video,
Yes.
like sometimes loss is really final, but sometimes it's like you still follow each other on Instagram.
I was talking to my friend the other day and he was like, my dad died and I've had breakups that were so much more painful that like, or like harder to like to understand and deal with. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like he was like kind of joking.
Yeah.
But I like really do think that like breakups are so hard because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're still out there, you just don't like me anymore. Like that
Yeah.
sucks because I'm the same as I was when you liked me.
Yeah.
So like what happened? Like, oh my God, like have I sucked this whole time? Like will anyone
like,
ever
was it
like me for a
never-
longer
Wait,
like
yeah.
it's
so when-
so scary.
My therapist is always like, but does this mean that no one will ever? And I'm
It's
like,
I don't
yeah,
know because
bitch, I
they
don't know.
didn't. They changed their minds, and also like I changed my mind about everyone I've ever dated too. So
Really?
it's like, yeah, I guess. So. Well, I guess like sometimes not, but like,
Well, you learn things about people when
Yeah.
you date them,
Yeah.
and then sometimes they're
and
you're
like they
oh, shit.
become disgusting, or they become like family to you, or like different ways that things can go completely wrong. And so it's like I don't want to ever be like a person to someone that where they're like, I don't want to fuck this person who I love so much. You know what I mean? That's like a different
happened
thing.
to you?
Well, I've had it where I'm been with someone so long that I'm like, I don't know, I like still like really that horny for you or whatever. And it's like that sucks.
Wait, how long was that relationship?
Like 2 years, and I think I was like,
Whoa. But
"It's
do you
time to wrap
think?
it up."
Wait. Okay, I'm so.
It just felt
curious
like we were
about this.
family, and I was like, I don't want to fuck my family.
That's so funny.
Sorry.
Wait, so okay. But when you first started dating that person,
Yeah.
you were like, hot.
Yes. And I will say like sometimes I date people and I'm like, when we first hang out, I'm not like dying to fuck them or something.
Mm.
And I'm learning that I actually need that. Even like on the first date, I want to be like,
Yeah.
I need you now. Because otherwise, like, you have to like kind of build it up, and that's something that can be lost. And so it has to be something where like when you meet each other, you're like
You're
already
like,
horny
let's
for
go.
each other.
Wait,
Yeah.
I have this theory because I keep hearing this. I've heard this of a few people because I think wait, how old are you?
29, how old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, thank God.
Thank
I've been hanging out with
God.
20-year-olds all week. I'm feeling crazy and
No,
weird.
literally, like we can speak
Yeah,
English to each
yeah.
other.
Girl to girl.
Instead of
Young
skibbity,
girl to girl.
skibbity, whatever.
Yes. Oh my
Us aging ourselves.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
know.
instead of that goobly gop.
I keep saying goat it. I'm like,
They keep
shut
saying
up.
goated?
No, they don't. I just think that they will, and then they don't, and I'm like,
And then
I
they
feel like a
speak-
pervert.
They speak normal.
Yeah, they're like, we don't speak like that, Rachel. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
You're overcompensating.
Yeah.
You come in like decked
I,
out
like,
in
look-
Labubus.
Fellow kids meme.
You're like, let's go. And they're like, okay, this is a professional film set.
Yes, it's very embarrassing.
Wait, okay, yeah, but I feel like because we're in our late 20s,
Mhm.
this is like a thing that has happened to like our friends now. Never me, because I would rather die than be in a long-term relationship, apparently. But
I mean, same. It is like hard and horrible. And also it's like there's so many fun people out there. Why would I stick with one person for right now?
you see,
Like when
that's
I'm young
not-
and sexy, like I don't want to be stuck. That sounds horrible. And like fighting with someone, I'm like, this is fine. We'll break up in 3 years. Like that sucks.
I guess I will say, like, every relationship I've been in that's been like, you're my boyfriend in my 20s, I've also had the thought of, but not forever.
Yeah, of course.
Like immediately, like
I
in
like
the
am
beginning.
so grateful that I haven't found, if there is someone out there for me who's like perfect for me or whatever, or someone who I'm gonna spend like a long time with my life with, like I'm really glad I haven't met them yet, because I'm like, I do feel like I need time. Like I don't feel like cooked, like
Yeah.
fully cooked, not
Yeah.
like cooked in that way, but
Not
I'm
in
like,
the
I
bad
don't
way,
feel
in
like
the
I'm
good way.
I'm like fully
formed.
myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna change a lot more in like the next couple years too. And also like, I just am not really in a rush for that kind of thing. Like I don't know if I'll have kids, just realistically. Like
Yeah.
our lives are so strange. And
Yeah.
I want to be successful at this thing that I've been working on forever. And it feels like it's possible. And so why would I like spend like 4 nights a week not doing what I like doing with somebody
Yeah.
who like might not stick around? It's like every time I date someone, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather be at like a show
Dude.
or something, which
Yeah.
feels so crazy. Or like if there's like a really fun show happening and I'm with the guy I'm fucking or whatever, I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. Like I want to like
I just want to be free.
split. Yeah, it sucks.
Well, wait, do you ever date comics?
No, I have not.
Okay.
And maybe
That's
I
smart.
should, just because then it would be like, okay, well, you get my lifestyle. And
Well-
also like I'll see you at the show and then we can go home together or something.
That's the trap that I fall into,
Yeah.
because all I want to do is spend time like in and around stand up and comedy and doing those things.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's like, because the interesting thing about this field is that like the social and the professional is exactly the same. Like it's
Yes.
the same circle.
And it's also all at night, which is when dating happens.
Exactly.
Like it's like, yeah, it's just really hard to not date comics.
Yeah.
But it's also hard to date them because then they're around all the time.
And also
But
then
I'm
you
like-
break up and then it's like
Yeah. And then you're like, they're
Trauma.
talking about you on stage. Like I've never had that.
okay, wait, I've dated comics.
Uh-huh.
No one's ever fucking talked about me on stage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did I
That's
even matter to
respectful.
you?
It's because they care about you and they respect you, which is really nice.
But I don't
it's just like, I know. Whatever. I think like as long as you kind of veil stuff enough, like it's fine.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
And as long if like your friends know what you're talking about, but no one else does, like that's totally fine. I think once you like become extremely famous and like your partners are also famous, and then everyone knows who you're talking about, it's different. But like for now, and like I think you'll always be respectful of people. Like I don't
yeah,
think
but there's
it's,
also ways to anonymize things, and people never actually like can draw the.
of course
You can change like literally the most minor detail.
Also,
and
I've
it's
had so
untraceable.
many people be like, "Was that joke about me?" And I'm like, "No, are you kidding
Really?
me?" Yes. I'm like, "Of course not." I like, yeah, whatever. One time I like told a joke. Well, the guy had I told a joke about this guy who had a scale in his bathroom that like is a Withings, which tells you like all the like weird stuff about like your bone density and stuff. And he was like, "Was that about me?" And I was like, "No, I dated another 40-year-old with a Withings. Like you all have them because you're worried about losing bone density. Like you're not special, bitch." It was so silly.
Wait,
But
is
I
that
love
real?
him.
There were multiple people that's.
Yeah, and they honestly had the same name, so I understand
Okay, so
his confusion.
that's crazy.
I actually understand his
You
confusion.
dated 2 guys with the same name in their 40s who had the same scale?
Yeah, honestly, I think most guys that age are named the same. I've honestly dated like 15 guys with the same name. Has that happened to you?
No. I've never dated 2 guys with the same name.
Really?
I dated like a Chris and a Christian. And a. Wait, I feel like there was another one that was like a similar version of that, but I don't remember.
I like
Sorry to the
literally
one
can
I'm
go in
forgetting.
and count at least 7 people with the exact same name that it's a really common one, so it makes sense, but it's like very embarrassing and crazy. And I also can't say it on now because of course they would all be like, "Hello."
They all
I thought it was special.
They all
I thought
just
it was
go,
the only
like a
only
bunch of
one.
like meerkats. They all just go.
Pop out. Oh my god.
They're all in the comments. It's just like Jack, Jack, Jack,
Yeah,
Jack,
yeah.
Jack, 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 Jack.
So bleep that out.
You go, how did you know that was the name?
Yeah, it's a different one. It's a different one. Don't worry. But don't guess another one because you will get it right. Oops. Whatever. I need to like diversify my lifestyle. Probably.
Yeah, maybe you should stop dating guys with the same name. The next time you meet that guy, like a guy with that name, you really have to not date
Well, I
him.
just like know they all want to fuck me. I guess like it's just been proven historically. Kind of awesome.
Honestly, not a bad strategy.
Of course.
We
Do you remember everyone you've ever had sex?
Wait,
Do you know how many people?
no.
And I won't ask the number or whatever. Do you know? Do you remember all of them? No. Dude, isn't that scary?
Isn't that so scary?
When you first start, you're
I
like,
think about
I
that.
can't believe how important this is.
Yes!
And now I'm like, oh yeah, like I'll like
Literally.
see someone and I'll be like, donk.
No,
It's,
literally,
very
because it's like,
scary.
and it's not like recent ones. It's like in
No.
college.
Yes, yes.
when
And it's
you're,
like, did that even happen? Or I don't know their names because it was like a Tinder thing where I like went to their house at like 11
right?
p.m. or whatever.
Or someone it was just like one time, and you don't really like, and you were 19, and you're like,
Yes. Oh my god, it's crazy. I don't even drink. I can't even imagine if I was like a drinker. Like I wouldn't remember fucking anything. And I would have fucked way more people probably, which is scary to think about because I feel
You
like
don't
I've
drink?
maxed out. I can't imagine I'm like
breaking news: Rachel Coster, huge whore.
Yes. I'm like I don't want to fuck anyone else. I feel like I've done it all. I don't drink. Yeah.
Have you ever?
Yeah, of course. And I like every night, like when I go on dates, sometimes I do, but it's like I don't like it and I feel horrible after, which I
Same.
know everyone does, but I'm like, I think I'm unique.
No,
about
me
it.
too. I think it's worse.
I think
for
I'm
me.
like allergic or something.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm just like, I just don't get it. And it costs so much. And
So much
everyone's always
money.
like, fuck, I'm so hungover. Fuck, I'm so tired. Fuck, I did something weird last night. I'm so anxious. I'm like, yeah, like it's so easy to dodge that if you just don't do
You
it.
just don't drink.
But I understand that like it's nuanced and like people have different challenges and experiences with that.
Well, I'm trying to drink more actually.
Okay. Dude, honestly, I'm like, I actually think my life would be so much better if I drank. I'd
Yeah.
be funner to be around. I'd go out longer. I'd like stay at parties until like 2 a.m., which is where real things happen, I'm learning.
Yeah.
And, like, that's
well,
how you
that's when
fuck
like the
comics.
bad decisions happen. Or, like,
Yes.
or the lifelong like bonding
Yeah,
moments
I
happen.
want that stuff.
There is a
I would leave
real-
at like midnight. I'm like, I'm pooped. Anyway,
yeah,
sorry,
well,
what
if
were
you
gonna
don't,
say?
yeah, because if you don't drink, I will say there is like a beautiful thing to like a New York night, which I will do maybe like twice a year.
Yeah, the ones where you see the sunrise and you're like, we are going to be friends forever.
Yes,
like
and you
it
never
feels,
see those
yeah,
people again.
of
But
course.
no, but like the thing of like going to a party, not getting hammered, not wanting the party to end, going to the bar, going to another bar,
Yes.
bars closed, going to someone's apartment,
Yes.
ending up at an apartment with a bunch of randos.
Yes, having
and
the
just
time of your life.
and you're just like, this is crazy. I would never see the inside of this apartment if not for this moment. And then you just head home at 5 a.m. You're like, wow, that's awesome. And then you get brunch the next day.
And
you're
that
like, that's
only
sick.
happens when I drink. Like that has only ever happened when I've gotten fucked
Yeah,
up. Because otherwise I miss
can't.
that stuff. And then I see pictures the next day of everyone like playing Parcheesi at 4 a.m. And I'm like, oh my God, I would have loved to do that.
You're like, damn it, I missed
Yeah.
Parcheesi.
So I have no idea what that game is. It just came to my mind first.
Wait, so where'd you grow up?
I'm from Long Island. Where are you from?
I'm from Westchester.
That rocks. Basically similar vibes of
Similar
just
vibes.
like rich people being kind of nasty.
Bro. Wait,
Yeah.
when you were growing up, did you feel the pressure of like, I have to have things like consumerism and
Definitely,
wealth
definitely, definitely, definitely. Oh my God. I was very weird, obviously.
Sure.
Always have been. And so I like people didn't get me at all. And so I was a very strange person, but I still was like, if I had a butter sweatshirt, then I would fit in. Do you remember those? It had like a peace sign on the back. They
Oh
were
my
really
God,
soft.
yeah.
It was like a
I
zip up
never-
and it said butter on the side.
I
It
never
was,
bought
like,
into those.
Yeah, of
But I know what you're talking
course.
about. That's
It was
very
like
Long
every
Island.
Jewish girl. Yeah, we were like
We-
trashy.
Yeah, you guys did the trashy version of what
Yeah,
we did. We
yeah.
did North Face in
Yeah.
middle schools, North Face fleece jackets
We had that.
and Uggs.
Yes, and like we did pink sweatpants, from
Yeah.
Pink.
Those
I
were
remember having
sick.
some with like and whale tail. What was it called? Whalebone.
Do you
Whale.
remember Sugar Lips?
Yeah, of course. Thank
Bro,
God.
changed
I've been
my
trying
life.
to tell people about. I was like, I used to double up Sugar Lips. I was like in a corset, sweating my ass off, like about to throw up in class because my shirt was so fucking tight. But I looked
And you have
awesome,
like, and you
my
don't have
tits
like
were like,
boobs.
yes,
Yeah,
like
that
it
was
makes
a-
you look like you have boobs.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I didn't have boobs because I
Yeah,
was like
I've never had
really
boobs.
late. Well,
That's awesome.
I still
I'm so
don't.
jealous. You have boobs.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're like a hottie.
Thanks.
I have like flat. I'm flat as it
You're
is.
not flat.
I'm wearing a push-up bra.
Right now?
Yeah,
Under
and there's
a
nothing.
sweatshirt?
There's nothing.
You're wearing a push-up bra under a loose sweatshirt. What's
Yeah.
the point of that?
I know, because I just like have nothing.
Okay.
It's not a push-up bra, but it is padded.
Oh.
My life sucks.
I'm not wearing a bra.
That's so awesome,
I know.
Yvette.
Guys,
I'm gonna
stop.
get huge tits soon. As soon as
Really?
I get cash. Yeah,
You
I
would
wanna
do
get,
that?
Yes.
Don't get botched,
I won't.
okay? But you
I
have to be really careful.
I know. I'm gonna go to someone who costs a lot of money. So
You have to
whenever
pay
I get,
so much fucking money.
yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Do
if
not
I
skim off the
that.
top. Go to whoever did
Yeah.
Alex Earl's tits.
100%.
She got a good one.
I want it under the muscle, whatever Kylie
Whatever
Jenner
the thing that
did.
they said,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna get that stuff. I want
Okay.
a huge honkers. I think
That's
it'd be extremely
hilarious.
powerful.
I can't really picture you with like big boobs.
I feel like I can't picture myself without them. Every time I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like,
You're like, that's what's
wrong,
missing?
wrong. Yeah, for sure.
That's so beautiful to know exactly what is missing. I usually just look in the mirror and I go, bad.
Oh my god, no! I like wish I looked like you in a kind of a crazy way.
What?
You are like so beautiful and like classic Jewish
cry.
girl.
I'll cry.
Like I really want to look like that.
Thank you.
I'm like strange.
Wait, you're Jewish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna
You
be like
don't.
that.
Yeah, you don't have the classic Jewish girl look.
No, I look strange.
No,
My
but you
dad's
look-
not, and I look like him. I look like him. That sucks. I want to look like my mom.
I look like my dad. If my dad were here right now, you'd be like, that's crazy.
Oh my god, the other night I was at a show and this girl's dad came because it was like her book launch or something, and her dad looked exactly like her in a way that I was like, huh. It was very spooky. Sometimes like genetics are off the charts. And then he was very touchy and he followed me on Instagram, and I'm now one of 56 people following him. Vibes.
Is he single?
I have no idea, but he was. No, I don't think so. His wife was there as well.
Okay, so he
She's
just like
a
thinks
vibe.
you're funny.
Yeah, probably. But I think he was also like Hispanic, and I think they're like more like touchy and stuff.
Oh, it was
As a
cultural.
culture. Yeah. I wish I was like that.
The way
so
you said
much.
touchy, I was like,
No, not a pervert, just like touching me.
oh, okay, just like warm.
Yes.
Like the way that Andrew Cuomo was like, I'm Italian. Yeah, I touch women. I'm Italian.
Of course.
Wanna hear
It's
something
like that.
crazy?
What? You met
I
him?
met him when I was 17 because I was taking a AP Gov class, and we went to like political events because I had an amazing teacher, and he would like actually have us like volunteer for political campaigns and stuff. Amazing. Shout out, Mr. Liberty. Love you.
You are the vibe, Mr. Liberty.
I hope, and you know what? I owe you a text, honestly, after this. But so we went to like an Andrew Cuomo event when he was governor, and I was standing next to him in a huge group photo with my entire class, and my man puts his hand around my waist so tight in
You're
the group
a
photo.
child.
I was 17.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I find that scary.
And I remember
weird.
thinking like, oh wow, yeah, this is like what politicians do.
Yeah, it is kind of like that.
And it is what they do.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
But it didn't feel bad.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
of
it was
course.
like a warm, it was just a tight grip. It was like a wow, your hand is really on my waist. And it wasn't like back. I feel like back would have been appropriate.
Yes.
He went,
Yeah.
but he's Italian.
When was your first kiss? You don't have to answer if it's a secret.
I think I was like 14. I was a late bloomer.
Me too. I was ugly as fuck.
Wait,
I
why
wouldn't
did
kiss
you
me
ask me
either.
that? And I immediately go, wait, I'm embarrassed. I'm an
Oh my
adult.
God,
I'm
of course.
28.
And like now you hook up like
I'm like,
kiss all
wait,
the
but I-
time. It's okay if it happened a little late.
I'm like, but I swear, I like, you know, I kissed
I
someone.
like had to lie to my friends because they had all kissed people, and I was like, yeah, I kissed someone at camp, and they were like,
You did that?
yeah, and they literally
you can't
were like,
do that.
I know, and they were like, we didn't believe you, and I was like, yeah, because I was lying. Like,
good
of
on you
course I was
guys. Good
lying.
eye.
Yeah, they nailed it in like kind of a crazy way. I see the guy who was my first kiss sometimes like at Delancey. He like lives over there, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Should we run it back?
No, he is such a loser. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I've really leveled up in kind of a bananas way. I'm like
Really?
so awesome. Yeah, and it's only the beginning. Just wait.
I love how you're doing just like positive self-talk out loud. I've never heard any woman ever do that.
I know. Well, I don't do it all the time, obviously, and I like
Yeah.
have crazy problems and anxiety. But every now and then, like I am right about stuff, and like at least with dating and stuff, for some reason, I'm extremely confident about it.
That's honestly the secret to success, I think.
Yes, like I like have never had a hard time dating in a way that's like I don't understand it either. Even when I was like a different shape and like maybe not as beautiful as I am right now or whatever, like just never been a problem. I just kind of ignore any evidence that I'm not the hottest person alive. And there's a lot, obviously. I'm just like not paying attention to it. And so I like walk around with like a crazy amount of hubris, and I think like generally it works.
I mean, that is appealing.
Yes, of course.
Because people are like,
And
oh,
I've
I like
hooked up with
that.
guys who were like kind of like, I would never, and then they were so confident and fun that I was like, okay, why not? Let's see what happens.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
That works on me
and
too.
so I'm like, if that's true, why not me? And so I'm like, yeah, anything's possible. But then sometimes I ask people out and they're like, what? And I'm like, totally.
Wait,
And
so you
are,
ask
like,
people
gorgeous.
out?
I don't think I've ever gone out with someone who asked me out. I think everyone I've ever had. And also, like, most people who, I think in parties and stuff, I'm like the worst version of myself because I'm like overwhelmed and stressed and it's so loud and I'm not drunk. And so most people who I've ever like dated or hooked up with, like when they first meet me, they're like, I did not like you at all. And then they're like obsessed with me and like won't leave me alone. And it's a strange thing. Like, I don't know what my vibe is, but like and sometimes I'll like ask someone out and they're like, I guess. And then we go out and they're hitting me up and I'm like, I actually was just seeing how it works. Like, I actually don't want to see you again. It's like kind of strange.
Wait, so when you
I'm a
ask someone
bitch.
out, how do you do it?
I'm just like, what are you doing? Want to get a drink? Is that bad?
No, that's perfect.
And then if they don't want to fuck me, I'm like, yeah, okay, I like being your friend too. You know what I mean? I'm like so
Right.
casual about it. And I'm like, if we fuck it, then we're like, we should just be friends. Like, I really am like, I kind of forget about stuff. I don't know.
Forget about like
Having sex with people.
someone?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Unless it was like the best thing ever. And lately it's like, I don't know. That doesn't always happen or whatever. So I'm like, sure, we can just be friends or we can fuck again. Like, it's kind of like whatever. I don't know. And also right now I'm in a period of like, if love comes, like, okay. But if not, I'm like not really like searching for it. I have a lot of stuff to do. And I want to level up like crazy. I'm kind of like, I want to have like access to way cooler people. Is that wrong to say?
No, that's like a thought that I think a lot of people have, and you just happen to say it.
Yeah, sorry. I like the people I love the people I know now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I feel like if I'm gonna fall in love with someone, I like want to know someone who's like doing what I'm doing and awesome, and I also want to be more awesome than I am right now. So I'm like someone who's also awesome.
I think that's actually a good point, and I think about that sometimes, and I'm like, I'm not the fully formed version of myself. I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
To like get to like where I'm gonna be and my full potential.
Exactly.
So it's like, and also
rush.
like already in comedy, like you just things move really fast, and you like meet a lot of new people all the time, and there are sort of like different people become your peers as you like rise up, especially because the internet is so fast.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Also,
yeah,
I'm like, I just feel like I don't ever want to be stuck dating someone because, or like, I don't want to be stuck in my career because I'm dating someone or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, because like once stuff starts happening, you like get invited to stuff. And then if you don't go, you stop getting invited to stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, you got to go to stuff if you want to be at stuff.
But you can bring partners or not bring the partner.
I
just have a
always forget
partner.
about that. I'm always dating like really strange, peculiar people or like people who like don't understand my life at all. And so I'm like, yeah, I don't want to bring you to that. You won't get it at all. Or like you'll be peculiar and want to leave immediately.
But that is true that it's like, yeah, at these events, like sometimes they're super weird or super intense, especially like comedian events where you're just like, you can like bringing a non-comedian to those events is like so scary for them. Like they just can't talk.
They have
like,
to be really hot or else no one talks to them.
You think it's hot?
I do think so. But I also think even if they're really hot, sometimes people don't talk to them.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like it's just if they're
I'll
not
be
a
like
comedian.
talking to someone and be like, oh my God, your boyfriend has been here this whole time. Like, you know what I mean? Or like your girlfriend, like, I'm so sorry. Hey girl. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm a monster.
And they're just standing there the whole time. Just
I'm
like,
a monster. I've become like a complete monster in this world.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
No, but it's hard because there's so much like competing for your attention. And,
Yeah.
Wait, what's the biggest thing that's changed about your life since you started doing Boy Room?
I guess basically everything has changed.
Yeah.
Like I like got paid for the first time in my life and I like was seen for like, I mean, everywhere I've been, like I've always kind of like excelled eventually, but I think like here I was like, oh, I'm just like another, like, I don't know, but it was just like nice to have like this boost of like people knowing who I am and stuff. And like people, I like was talking to my sister because she was like, I was like, am I a monster? Like the way I am about comedy and stuff. And she's like, kind of, but like, I understand what you want. And I was like, yeah, like what I want is to just be able to like work with anyone I want to. And so it's like this gross thing sometimes of like having to do something that I don't like feel is like totally art or whatever, but it's like it will get me closer to being able to make art that I do care about and feel really good about, and people will want to work with me because of what I've done before, even if it's not like super meaningful to me or whatever. What am I talking about?
Wait, do you think the Boy Room is an art to you? Or
No.
like isn't? Oh, okay.
I think it was fun. It's awesome, and I'm very grateful for it, but I wouldn't say it's like something that I find moving or anything. or like something that I feel like is like an expression of like my heart.
What have you
But
done?
it is really fun.
What have you done that is an
I
expression
made
of
a short film. I wrote a short film that my friend Allie directed last summer that is so good.
Oh my God.
And I can't wait for everyone to see it. And that feels like it's like art
Okay.
and my heart was in it. And like when we were making it, I felt like I was on acid the whole time because I was just so excited and happy. And like we were at this beautiful mansion on Long Island that this girl I know grew up in. And we like got it for free to stay. And we all stayed there, like the entire crew.
So sick.
And so like every morning I like went down to the ocean and just would like sob because I was so happy with my life. And so that is like, and I want to do more stuff like that. Like I want to make more films that I feel like are an expression of a part of myself that is a little bit harder to do in like stand up and stuff.
Yeah. Is it a short film or
Yeah, short.
Short
Mad
film.
short. You can see it probably.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But you want to write full length.
Yeah, probably.
And do you want
oh
to
my
act
God.
in them?
Yeah, I like acting a lot. It's fun. But I
So
also would
cool.
want to direct too. So I'll see. Maybe I'll do like a little cameo.
Wait, did you study that in college?
Kind of, but my school was so bad that I like now being with these 20-year-olds, I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so lucky. You are like having like on the ground experience and like have access to so much equipment, and all your friends want to do it too.
Yeah.
Like, and they all help each other. Like they're like, I directed this and I did sound on that, and like they all like work on each other's films, so they all are getting better together, and it's like the sweetest thing ever. And like at my school, it wasn't really like that. Like nobody really. I mean, people wanted to make stuff, but it was like not the same.
Yeah, my school, it was like people would say like, oh yeah, I want to act. And I'd be like, okay, cool, let's read this play. And they'd be like, oh, I can't.
Yeah, it's like,
and I'm like, well,
there's nothing funner.
Yeah.
I loved reading plays during the pandemic.
Dude, reading plays is so fun.
It's so much fun. When I was in high school, I remember Liam Neeson's son went to my school, and he would like, I went to boarding school, so we were there like the whole time. And I heard stories of him like going to this boy, Trevor, who's like a really strange guy who was in theater's room and like doing plays with him because like they just kind of loved acting together, even though like they were such like, obviously Liam Neeson's son was really cool and Trevor's strange. And it was like the sweetest thing of like, oh my God, you're like spending 2 hours together, like just doing acting.
That's the most wholesome thing.
Yeah,
I've
it made
ever
me
heard.
cry. It was the sweetest thing ever. Boarding school was honestly awesome because it was like the coolest people and like the weirdest people. Like you had to coexist in kind of a crazy way.
Yeah.
And so there was like a lot of like kindness in
Wait,
a way
where'd you
that
go
I
to boarding school?
Kent in Connecticut. Lana Del Rey went there.
Oh.
And Ted Danson.
Wait, that's crazy. Were you like totally nuts in high school? Because I feel like that's a crazy
no,
existence.
not really. I guess so. I like did a bunch of coke because it was like a drug that isn't you can't smell it and it's hard to test for. So we did that a bunch. It was honestly like weird. Like
How
it wasn't
did
my
you
vibe
get
at all.
coke in high school?
Everyone like had lived in this, like all the city kids would go in the weekends
Okay.
and get coke. It was strange. I like did more coke in high school than I probably will in the rest of my life. Not that I did that much, but it was just like that was the one I was doing.
That's crazy.
It's weird as fuck.
Wait, so was it your idea to go to boarding school, or because your dad's British, that was like...
Yeah, I wanted to go to a performing arts school in New York City, but we didn't live in the city. And so my mom was like, well, I was just so depressed. Like Long Island was not right for me in kind of a profound way. And like I hated all my friends. They fucking hated me. I was a huge loser. I like wasn't doing anything other than theater. And I was like, I just feel like the biggest loser on earth. And then I went to boarding school and I was like, you have to do a sport there. So I like got like in shape, which I'd never been in my life because like sports were so, like everyone was so mean who did sports.
Yeah.
But like because everyone had to do sports at boarding school, everyone was nice.
Yeah.
And it was like the best thing ever. And I was like, oh my God, I love being active. I love being around people. And I just like, I completely changed and I like became extremely confident. And then I was like senior prefect. Like I was like extremely beloved. Kind of awesome. Yeah, it was random. But I was like so hated and hateful in Long Island. And then I got to Connecticut and I was like, there's space for me. Thank God
Like,
I went.
Actually, Connecticut was the homeland the whole
Yeah,
time.
legit. It was like so awesome.
You're like, thank God for Connecticut.
Yeah, in a major way. I had an amazing
But did you
time.
miss your parents?
Yeah, definitely. And like I kind of still like have this like regret that there's like 3 years of like a really intense formative time in my life that they just like didn't see them.
Yeah.
And like every time I would go home, they would look so much older. And so it was like
That's
this
a nightmare. That sounds
Yeah.
like a bad dream I've had.
Yeah. So only having like 15 years with them is really like during the pandemic, I went home for a couple months and I was like, this is so awesome. I've never been with you guys since I was 15 and I'm so different now. So I do like regret it a little bit, just that I've been, but it also, it's like I'm very independent, which I'm grateful
Yeah,
for.
I mean, there's always going to be pros
and like
cons.
college was so much easier for me because I was like, I already been doing this.
And also, like, you wouldn't have been able to do all that cocaine.
Yes, of course, the cocaine.
And it's like, and
was
it's just think
amazing.
about like, you know, if you'd been home, it's like you wouldn't be doing coke, and it's just like
they just didn't have that. They didn't have.
They just didn't
only
have that in
heroin.
Long Island.
They have so much heroin.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
I did not. Thank God
You're
I
like,
didn't
I don't
do that.
fuck with heroin. Actually, that's where I draw the line.
100%. I
it's
really
super
don't.
detectable, actually, so I can't do heroin.
Oh my gosh, and ketamine. Oh my God, we did ketamine too. That was cool.
Wow,
We listened to Lana Del Rey.
You guys were cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Because Lana Del Rey came out like while we were in high school, and we were like, she went here, and so we were like doing drugs.
And
And
you're
we were like, singing in the backyard. I love her.
You're like doing cocaine and Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, it was honestly like incredible, like the most magical time of my life. Not because of drugs, but just because like my emotions were so heightened, and like it was such a like intense place, and it was like kind of before phones really were that like. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
everyone had a phone, but because we all lived together, it was like you don't really need it that much.
Yeah.
And so we were like,
And also, it was early social media. Like, it wasn't
Yes.
really what it is
Yeah.
now.
So I wasn't on my phone all the time, and I just felt so. And we were like doing pranks all the time. Like everyone was so creative, and it was just like this really beautiful time and space. And there was so much like nature to go into. So I was always in the woods and
Oh my
like getting
God.
up to stuff with like. And it was a similar thing of like you would go into the woods and like bump into someone and be like, I guess we're hanging out for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like it was very like sweet. I miss it.
It's like camp.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, there was also extreme challenges for sure,
Yeah.
but I had an amazing time
Like
as
what?
well. Just like social stuff. And also like in the winter, like there's nothing going on, there's nothing to do, and you're stuck in the middle of like a mountain and a river, and like it was so depressing, like crazy. And then spring comes and everyone's like kissing again, and it was awesome. But like the winter was extremely long and painful, and I was like a nightmare every time.
Wait, so when was your first kiss?
I think I was 14. I was also a little late.
Yeah.
And then I had sex like 18. So
Oh,
that
wait,
was
me too.
I guess like totally fine time. I felt kind
That's
of late.
the national average.
Yeah. I wish that I had done it earlier in high school. Like that would have been really cool.
Why?
I don't know. I just think it would have been awesome, like to fuck at boarding school. But now, who cares?
There's no rush.
No, of course not.
Also, you do it when it's right. You
yeah,
know?
of course. And
Hey, kids.
it
do
was
when it's
right
If there are kids,
the
listening to this,
first day of college. I like got there and I was like, I am not doing this anymore. And I like, you. And I had sex like literally the first like week of college. Kind of awesome.
Did the guy know?
I told him after and he was like, what?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wait, that's actually my favorite prank is to
Yeah.
like right
like,
before
this
I
is my
have sex
first-
with someone
yeah.
for the first time, I go,
I've never done this before.
yeah. And they go, and then, because they're trying to be normal. They're trying to be cool.
Yeah.
It works less now because I'm like
yeah,
older.
of course.
but,
Everyone knows you and stuff. But that is really funny. I wish I had done that more.
I like wish that I had like that grasp on myself. I'm like such a prude, honestly. I think my mom, like in college, I did kind of fuck around a lot, but like, and then I just very quickly came to the realization that that was not for me.
Yeah.
Like
it
so
seems like
straight
you
edge.
care about people.
Wait, yeah,
I
that
think
is
like you're
why.
a deeply caring person. I think I like legit like unless I mean like I care about my friends, but like
Yeah.
people I'm having sex with, I think because the first people I had sex with were so like I don't care at all.
Yeah,
That it just kind of set a precedent that like this is just
You
kind
don't
of like
have to.
an activity
yeah,
and doesn't have to be meaningful. And it can be, and when it is, it's obviously like way better.
yeah.
But I think like it's such a different thing when you like deeply care about people, who
Yeah.
especially when you're like romantic with them.
Well, you know what I realized?
What?
Actually, I was thinking about this on the walk over here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like should be able to do like casual flings and like whatever, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I know that when you have like even a remotely consistent or even not even like you're just gonna either hurt the
Yes,
person
yes,
or hurt
I'm-
yourself. And it's like, so then it's like, okay, so you can't do casual, and then the only other option is the love of my life.
Yeah, I'm having
And
a
it's
really
super
similar.
hard to find the
And
love
it's
of
like
your life.
this year, like this has started to become clear to me.
Yeah.
Where it's like, or like I like was in relationships for like 2 years, and like 2 different relationships in 2 years, which is a different kind of crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like now I'm like I've been seeing like this summer I like saw a couple people and like I was like, oh, like I can't like fuck around and like be like this open because it's meaningful to them and I'm not really it's not meaning like some
Yeah.
people obviously there's some people who I really do like I am connected with and I really like them and stuff.
Yeah.
But there have been like a couple of people where it's like I'm really open and like really like connected when we're together, but then the second we stop hanging out I'm like I don't want to text you again. and I'm learning that might be love bombing or something. I actually don't really understand.
I don't know if it's love bombing, but it is something. Yeah.
Like it's something that's like confusing to them.
Right.
And so I'm like, I actually like need to stop just like randomly fucking people because it's confusing to them and they are so weird to me now or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, so where are you at with it now? Like, what are you doing now?
What am I doing now?
Like, are you dating? Or?
Yeah. But it's like casual and like it's like friends or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like sweet stuff.
Wait, so where are you with Boy Room? Are you doing it again?
I don't know, but it's okay if there's like a hiatus. I like want to figure out what I'll do next. But they're making a girl room right now, I think.
Okay.
That I don't know how involved I'll be.
Okay. Like you might not host it?
No, I will not host it.
Oh, you definitely won't
but I
host
like might like help with like production and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, cool. I don't like going to that stuff. It's fun. I like being on set.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Isn't it stressful though?
It is my favorite thing in the world.
Really?
Yeah. It was like the first job I got when I was here, and so it's been what I've been doing basically.
Oh, cool.
Like I've like worked in film production since 2019 on and off, and so it's like just my favorite thing to do, except for when it's like 2 a.m. and I'm like, I'm cold.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really love it.
I'm cold, I'm tired, and there's a call sheet.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I find sets to be so stressful, but also because I'm honestly like all the ones I've been on, I've been like running them.
Yeah. And it's also hard when you like don't have a shit ton of money. Like
yeah.
I've been on sets where it was like run and gun, like you have basically nothing, etc.
Yes.
Like friend stuff. And then there's also one like I've like worked on HBO shows where it's like everything is so locked in and like the food is amazing. There's no rush on anything because they like planned it out so well. And it's like once you're like in those positions, like it'll be different and you'll be so much more at peace. And you'll either be like directing or acting or both, but you'll have so much more time and space and support.
The support would be.
Like other people helping you will be so crucial.
Yeah. Because like when it's just you and you're doing everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so much. It's like kind of prohibitive.
Yes.
Honestly. Even with like the sketches that I do, just because like when I do a sketch, it's like multiple locations and it's like all this stuff. And it's like, I don't know if you feel this way. I have a lot of trouble telling people what to do.
Yeah.
And like when people get things wrong and I know it's not how I want it, I'm like, okay, like I don't know. It's hard for me to give the right feedback without going too far and being like, that's actually wrong because
you suck. Yeah. That I think like literally all directing is like figuring out how to make people feel comfortable hearing bad news. Yeah,
bad news.
Like feedback and bad news. Like how to make people feel like you are doing great. I love that you're here. There's no one else I'd rather work with. If you could make it this way instead of that way, like it'd be amazing. Even though like your artistry is also I like respect it, and the reason I hired you or I'm working with you is because of this. Like it's just so hard.
And you say that whole sentence every single time, and you're like, but can you move the camera to the left?
Like just bump it up a little bit, split it. It's like this nightmare. But I think that's
like, and I respect you so much in your artistic vision. Can you just bump it? There's
no one else I'd rather work with. It's hard. It's really hard. It's hard. And when I'm on the other side, when I'm receiving feedback, I'm like, I want to be like, tell me whatever you want. Like, I want to know what I'm doing.
Like, yeah, if I need to step to the left, that's fine. If you need me to do it differently, that's fine. Because it's like you want the project to be good.
I like when I first got to New York, I did like a sketch show with these people, and like the girl who was directing it was so kind and like open, and like what did everyone bring? Like I can't wait to read. Like she was just really like positive in a way that I had never experienced in my life. Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, anything is possible. Things don't have to be like, why isn't it? Where is this? What is this? What, like rushed and freaked out. And like your cortisol doesn't need to shoot up when you're working on stuff. And like when that happens, it's so awesome.
Right.
And it's like so important to work with so many people and like in different positions because you get to see so many different ways of working with people.
Yeah.
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And I hope that soon I get to work with someone who's like a director who's like I've been very grateful to be working with friends and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I want to work with someone who's like a pro so that I can learn what I can learn from them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I kind of want to level up just so I can learn more stuff. And obviously I'm so grateful for everything I've gotten to do and like people I've gotten to work with.
Who's your like dream person to work with?
Obviously Lena Dunham. Or John Waters.
I see you and Lena Dunham together.
I know. I'm like, I just need to get, like, that's why I'm like, I need to make, like, whatever, like, TikToks or whatever, something so that I am somebody somewhere, and then people want to work with me. Because right now I'm, like, basically still irrelevant, etc. How do you
I don't think
you're
you're
like
wrong.
so good at making stuff every day or like most days.
It doesn't feel that way.
Do you write like ahead can I ask your process?
Oh, would love to share my process.
Do you like ahead of time be like, oh, I had an idea for something like I can talk about, and then like these are like low lift ones that I can do fast, and then there's ones where you like.
I try and check in with like where I'm at. The best work that I do is when I am fully tapped into how I'm feeling and where I'm at and what the actual honest thing is of the experience that I'm having.
Yeah.
So like that's,
do you journal?
Yeah, I journal. That's like the biggest hurdle in and of itself because it's hard to face reality sometimes. And the complexity of everything.
Mm-hmm. And then making it funny is like a whole other.
Yeah, but I
so
think the
hard.
funny comes naturally
of
when
course.
you're honest because what I find especially about the stuff that I do is that there's so much contradiction in everything that happens.
Yes.
And that's where the funny comes.
And like you being like a unreliable narrator in like your own life of like I'm like being like I did this thing and it's like yes I made a mistake or like I did something that was wrong but like it was for fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think people relate to that so much. It's like very like I think your stuff resonates because like every girl in the world has experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, oh my God, thank God someone said it. You know, like stuff about like hooking up with your friends and then being like weird, like it being weird. Like it's just like stuff that is like, so can be really hard to talk about too.
Yeah.
And you do such a good job of being like, yeah, so this is how it is. And it's like embarrassing, but I'm not going to hide it. And I think it's really awesome.
Thank
and
you.
like it really does hit for everybody.
No, it's funny. I was talking about this story. Okay, so I was at this party the other night and this guy was flirting with me like the whole night. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is my guy. Mm-hmm. Like he was hot. He was foreign. I was like, this is fantastic. This is where dreams come true. Like I needed this. And he was also like leaving the next day. So I was like, even better.
Perfect.
I was like, oh, I'm in a rom-com.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
He was like a friend of a friend. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. Because also I feel like where I'm at right now is like I can't hook up with strangers. Like if I need someone to be vouched.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like strangers can be really scary and
so
weird.
Scary.
Yeah.
I need to know that you're a human being and you're fine.
Yeah.
This is a big scary city. Anyway, so the point is
people are perfect. Also, it's weird being a public person who posts stuff about your life all the time because then people can learn things about you that you didn't share with them, which I'm finding very scary lately.
It's
and happening constantly.
Yeah, and some of it's kind of silly. Like I love when the girlies come up to me and they're like, how's the London guy? And I'm like, I love you, bitch.
Yes.
Like
girls, I love forever. Everything they say, awesome. Boys, almost everything they say scares the shit out of me.
Sometimes the
makes
boys
me feel unsafe.
Yeah. One time I was actually at that same night, I was at that same party and there was a guy who was like, oh my God, I'm a huge fan. I was like, okay, great, thank you. And then he started touching me a lot. And I was like, you see, that's where we draw the line because I don't know you.
Yeah.
And
even if you're like nice
in an
and
Andrew
friendly,
Cuomo way.
yes. Oh God, it's really
everything's back
challenging.
to him.
Yeah, he's kind of the orbit. We're all orbiting Andrew Cuomo. Sorry, what were you saying about this guy?
Oh, but yeah, so then we're like locking in on each other, like big flirt, whatever. About 5 hours in, he goes,
my girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's
You
so
knew
funny.
that was
it's
coming.
so funny because it's like when boys are like my girlfriend, like early in a conversation, you're like, I didn't think we were flirting. But then it is kind of like if I'm talking to a boy for more than 10 minutes, I'm like, I need to know if you have a girlfriend because it might be because think I'm flirting with you, and then discover that you're like madly in love with someone, and I don't want to be a pervert and I don't want to be a homewrecker.
No, but
like,
the
you
reality
do need to mention her.
But the thing is, he was flirting with me. And that's the thing. Yeah. And I think he like needed it. He needed to feel the hit, whatever. Yeah. He was in a very long-term relationship, which then I started teasing him about, so it was fine. But the reality of the situation, which I realized was like, I should have been, I think I was, what I wanted to feel or thought I should have felt in that moment when I found out was like, yeah, well, fuck you. And like, you're a blah, blah. And I literally was like, oh, honey. I was like, oh.
You're crazy. You're being crazy.
I was like, it's okay. Like, I get why, you would want to feel like desired. You're in a long relationship. And
100%.
Like, that's human. And then also I was like, he's good for feeling guilty.
Yes.
And like remorse.
Yes.
He didn't do it.
Of course. And it's like anytime I've dated someone and I've been flirting with someone who wasn't the person I'm dating, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to do anything, but it is human to want to do this, and it is so fun.
Yeah.
And it would be rude for me not to, because this other person is obviously so cool and attractive. It would be rude not to let them know that, even though I don't want to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Is that wrong? I might be a really bad person.
I think it depends on the relationship that you have and who you're with.
Yeah.
I think
I've
certain
always been
people have different
respectful.
boundaries on that, actually. I
Yeah.
do think that's case by case.
I like, if my partner's not flirting with people, I'm like, why am I even with you? Like, I don't want to date someone no one wants to fuck. That would be horrible.
Well, but I do think that there's like an energy that you turn on or turn off. Like, you can, like, people can kind of tell when you're like single or not.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Of course. Do you ask people out?
No, but now I'm realizing I think I should.
That's why not. I think it's awesome because it's like, I legit forget immediately if someone says no.
Yeah.
And usually they say probably. Or like, actually, that's not true.
Do you DM people or you're just in person, or what's the...
I guess, it's just like, it's like literally like just being like, do you want to hang out? Well, on Hinge and Tinder or whatever, like, that's different. But like in real life, if I know people in real life, it's like, let's hang out. And like, if it ends up just being a friend thing, or if like whatever, like, I never care. And another thing that's really important is always asking people out before you care that much about them. Like, if you have a crush on someone for like, it gets me in trouble because then people think I care about them way more than I do. But it's like, I kind of had like a a second where I was like, oh my God, what if I hooked up with them? And then I text them and then I'm like, they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I like basically just made that up. You know what I mean? And then so sometimes it's, every clip that you will put, I'm like, I cannot share anything because I'm like, I'm a pervert. I'm sorry I'm like
this. You're not a pervert. This is perfect.
But I am just like, I think a lot of people like will have a crazy crush on someone, and then it'll be so life or death that they like can't do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important to like, if you have like a kind of a little crush, like ask. And then like, it's a good way to find out if it's going to turn into a bigger crush or not. Because if you like hang out and you're like, oh my God, this is a friend vibe, then it's like, okay, we got that sorted immediately. And then it never builds into this insane crush that's like, you like made something up about them. Yeah. Because I think like it's so easy to do that. And it's like human as fuck. But I also think that like just asking people out basically immediately, and then if they say no, being like, I legit don't care, is awesome.
Damn it.
And when I reject people, I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome that you asked. No.
I know. Honestly, whenever someone asks me out and I reject them, I'm always like, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never been, I mean, there are people who are scary.
Well, there's some people who are scary about it.
Of course. But like most people who ask you out are like trying something out.
Yeah.
And it's like,
shoot your shot.
Yeah, of course. It's like,
I don't blame anyone for shooting their shot. I blame people for being fucking weird as fuck.
And being weird after, or like being too persistent in a way that I'm like, hey, I said no.
Yeah.
But
like,
other than
treat
that,
me like a human being. Yeah. Ask me out.
And I also like, I like forget every single person who's ever asked me out.
Wait, that's so true.
Like, I don't remember, like, I know it's happened and now I'm thinking about it, of course, but I'm like, oh my God, like, I'll see you around. Don't worry about it. No.
Yeah.
And so I think like that's how and I don't really worry about getting rejected. Also, like the jobs that we want to do, it's like basically constant rejection.
Always.
And every 100 times something good happens.
Every
Honestly,
time you walk
1,000 times.
Yeah, every time you walk on stage, you are facing rejection. And like, frankly, like you're gonna have one joke even if you have a killer set, like you're probably gonna have like one joke that didn't land as you thought it was.
Or someone who's staring at you like slack-jawed, like furious that their friend dragged them to a comedy show because they like
and
hate
you're like,
you or something.
Hey.
Yeah, it's just kind of like you have to be like, I like who I am, and like it'll be fine.
Whatever. Yeah, that's so funny too. I think about that sometimes because I'm like, why do I have the yips about like asking people out? But I think it's because I got so like internet pilled with like, if he wanted to, he would, and like you have to like let them show you like blah blah blah. I don't actually think that life is like that.
No, and I also think like a lot of boys have like the good men are scared to be creepy, so they don't ask you out. And so I think like you just have to like, if you want something, you have to just see if they want it too.
I guess I am such a relationship person at the end of the day, which is ironic because I am in so few relationships. I think it's because my bar is so high.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, if I like you that much,
awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just like we're so busy. Like if someone's gonna break through, they gotta be awesome. Same with friends. I'm like, yeah, like everyone wants to be my friend, but it's not really gonna happen unless I like love you beyond.
Yeah, my like circle is just because time.
Yeah,
like,
we're getting older. I think it's just like becoming 30. You're like, I don't have time for all this stuff.
No, honestly.
And I like have a nice life.
Yeah, because you suddenly like your life and you don't need other people to have that if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
And you know what you're like filtering for, and
Yeah.
you've seen a lot more, so you know like how things play out better.
Which doesn't mean there's not room for new people. Last night I was at a party and I like met this girl and we were like, we had I like gave her my shirt because she was sweating and I had like a tank top in my bag and I was like, put this on, and we like had the best time ever. And I was like, I like want to be in your life forever, and like I hope I see her again.
Wait, I love
but it
that.
was like so, I was just like, oh my God, this feels so good. We like the party kind of disappeared and I was just like having so much fun with her. We were like having the best
that's
time.
So awesome.
It was really nice. Yeah, she was awesome.
I love when that happens.
And I liked her like whole friend group. Like we were like, I like kind of sat with them like in the beginning and I was like, guys, like this is kind of the crew now.
Yeah, oh my God. When you're at a party and you kind of
fun.
lock in with people,
yeah,
fucking
it's the best thing ever.
Best.
Especially because I went to the party not knowing anyone, if I would know anyone, because it's like my friend who's like a totally different vibe than me.
Yeah.
And I went and I immediately saw someone who I'd like seen at New Year's, and then we had the best. I like had the best time ever. Yes.
Yes.
I have to go to more birthday parties. I'm learning.
Okay, we're going
where everyone is.
That's what we're doing. Is we're going to birthday parties. We're going to events. We're locking in with people. We're
Yeah.
making friends.
I need to wear better outfits and be more confident.
You're already.
I don't know. In parties, I think I shrivel up. Or something. Or I'm just worried everyone doesn't like me. I'm always worried you don't like me, but
Me?
I think it's fine.
Me specifically.
Yes.
Like more than other people?
No. But do you like me
I do
now?
like you.
Okay, cool. I like you too.
If I would not have you on Friend Crush
of
the
course,
podcast.
oh my God. No, of course. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
This is basically me being like, yeah, I love you.
Thank you so much. And I understand I'm like a different kind of girl. I wish I was like more glamorous. I think I sometimes get like, it's like a high school thing of like, I see like you're like a cool girl and who's beautiful, and I'm like, oh, like I'm going to freak them out. You know what I mean? And so I'm grateful that you're kind.
This is the prison of being a woman.
I know. It's like the stuff that happened to me in 6th grade. I'm like, yeah, I carry it around every day in a backpack, and it's wheelie, and everyone's staring at it. You know what I mean? It's like a nightmare.
But you're always like looking at another woman, being like, she has something
me.
I don't, and like I'm not. I
or
don't
she'll
fit in
think
with
I'm
that.
weird. Yes.
But it's like that's literally not it. Like no.
And it really is crazy bananas.
Yeah.
But it's just
because I see you and I'm like, you're so yourself. You're so like powerful.
Oh, thanks, Yvette.
And cool.
Thank you.
And I like love the stuff that you do, and I love like how unique your voice is in comedy.
Thank you. I'm strange.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But it's perfect.
Thank you.
We're all fucking strange.
It's true. Thank you for saying that. It's extremely kind, and I think you're awesome. Thanks. Sorry for being like a little freak show. You're gonna ask an embarrassing story, right?
Yeah.
I have one that's so embarrassing I actually like don't even know if I can say it. But I'll tell you later. Okay, so a problem is that like I don't really get embarrassed that much. Like the embarrassing moments that I can think of like off the dome is like one time I was at a wedding and I asked a guy could I have a slice of cheese, and he was like, that is butter. And I literally still think about it, and I was 5 years old when this happened. Like miscommunications like that are really embarrassing to me. But like generally like I don't think I get embarrassed, but there was something that I almost did that just thinking about it makes me want to throw up, which was that I almost texted my ex like, if you ever need to like, it was like I was having like a freak out about like nuclear war, and I was like, if we ever need to get out of New York City, like I got you, I will take us out of here. And I actually am so glad that I didn't text that, because that was a crazy thing to text.
Did something prompt it?
Yeah, I guess like I think when the US bombed Iran, I was like,
I was so scared that week.
But I'm like understanding that is just like propaganda so that they can justify doing it or whatever. But I was just like so freaked out. And so I almost texted him like, if we ever need to escape New York City, I will take you home. And that's so crazy. The
love is real though.
Of course, but it was just like kind of a passing thought. But I'm like, thank God. And he already had a new girl. I'm like, thank God I didn't do that.
You already had a new girlfriend? You knew that?
Yes. I didn't know. Well, I found out right away. And I found out kind of basically right after I was about to do that. And I'm like, dude, sometimes God has a plan. And it's that you'll see that he has a new girlfriend and not do something so humiliating.
Wow, actually, thank God.
I know. Literally, like, have you ever heard of anything more embarrassing in your life? No, of course not. I'm insane.
I've done stuff like that though.
Yeah. Life is so embarrassing.
I haven't sent that text.
Yeah.
But, stuff where the effect is sort of like.
One time I legit like had to get off of a bus, and I immediately experienced like a body challenge on the street of New York City, and I wasn't even embarrassed. Like, I don't know what my problem is.
You shit your pants.
Yeah. Well, it was by the like, you know, when you go to Reese, you know how you pass the like naval base? I like went up to the naval base. I was like, I need to use your bathroom immediately. He was like, oh, sorry, you can't come in here, but there's one over there. And I start walking and it just happened in front of this naval officer. That sucks. But I like, even that, I was like, I wasn't embarrassed because I was just so uncomfortable that I was like, you know what?
Like, you know
I'm
what, I'm
glad
sick.
it's over.
You're like, at least it.
And the friend that I was with was like, happens all the time.
That's a good friend.
She was the best. Oh my God. But I'm
Ride
like,
or die?
I don't think I get embarrassed.
To be fair, if one of my friends shit their pants, I'd be like, it's okay.
I get embarrassed about sending emails sometimes. Like sometimes I'll send an email and be like, I was too intense. Like with job stuff. Like I think I like freak people out with jobs.
Yeah.
And I'll be too like fun. And then I'm like, oh my God, I should have been professional. And I get embarrassed about that.
Yeah, but also like people know what they're getting into with you, I think.
I hope so now.
You're kind of,
But it used to be different.
oh yeah.
Like before I was doing anything like anyone cared about, it was like, oh, this is the weirdest girl in the world and she's scaring the shit out of me.
Okay.
So that's embarrassing. Something horrible just happened. Oh. I was on the bus and I was on the train and a guy was like going like like coughing. He kept coughing like like trying to get something out of his throat, but it sounded like an evil laugh and I kept like looking at him. And he was like, he looked like a scary guy. He was like had like a fedora and like a really tight like red t-shirt and like skinny jeans and like a crazy belt and like really pointy shoes and like a crazy like Italian haircut.
Like
and I
a
was like,
Doofenshmirtz
bro, you're
kind of
scaring me.
villain.
Yeah, he was really funny looking and I was freaking out. Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
Wait, okay, well, yeah, great.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for
I
coming
had the
on the
best
pod.
time.
This was honestly like
Thank you.
so
Oh my God, I had the
fun.
best time and I'm like so embarrassed about everything
Wait,
I said.
I was gonna say no, don't be. But I was gonna say we should get lunch, but
Oh my God, of
I can't.
course.
I literally
stuff
have
to
to do it in 14 months.
Yeah, legit. There's like a long line.
But like,
I need something legit. I'm like 35 years old.
dead ass.
Deadass.
You're goated.
You're goated, sis. You are literally bae fam. You are boots. Like you're eating
You're sleigh
no
boots,
crumbs.
actually, at the end of the day.
We left no crumbs.
Yeah. I mean, any last words? Anything?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry for everything I said. And somewhere
girls
deep
leave the
down
podcast.
inside of my heart, there is a good person in there. Like FYI.
I felt her here with
you.
us tonight.
Thank you.
You rock. Thanks so much for doing the pod.
Thank you for having me, Yvette. I had the
Um,
best time.
yeah. Where do we follow you?
Rachel Coster, and I don't know what my TikTok is. Rachel Coster on Instagram.
Rach
Rach
for
for the star. Rach for _, the stars with a Z, 4 number on Twitter, but no one uses that anymore. But every now and then I have a banger. And TikTok, Rachel Coster. You'll find me. I think
Just look it up.
there can't be a cooler Rachel Coster out
Yeah.
there. And yeah, find me on the street, bitch. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.